Hey y'all, welcome back to Poplar Creek Farm. Today is day 30 of my Whole30. I finally made it to day 30. I did not cheat on my diet. I feel great. I can't believe I stuck with a diet. I don't even stick with diets for like a week or two, let alone 30 days. And I did it. And I feel absolutely amazing. So I would say the Whole30 is not a diet necessarily. It's not some crash diet. It's not you're not meant to lose a ton of weight. That's not what it's for. It's really meant to regain control on your eating habits. And I did that. Absolutely, 100% feel like I regained control. I regained willpower. I have no willpower. I would go into gas stations on a regular basis when I was working, and I would buy candy, and I would buy pizza, and I would buy junk. That's not healthy. And I know that. I mean, I'm a nurse. I know what's healthy and what's not, what's good for me and what's not. But when you don't have willpower and when you have cravings, it doesn't matter. You end up eating terribly all the time. And the Whole30 really just made me focus on what I was eating, what is in my food, and getting back to basic eating. Now, I did not ever do, and I kind of regret it, I didn't do a before and an after picture. I should have. Because I think that would have helped me compare, what I did look like before. Because obviously when it's day-to-day changes, you don't see it as much in yourself. I will say I lost 6 pounds. And when you don't have a ton to lose, it's a lot harder to lose. And again, this diet's not meant for necessarily weight loss, although you probably will lose weight, especially if you have really bad eating habits and then you go to healthy eating, you're gonna lose some weight. I only have about 10 pounds total to lose. And because I gained about 10 pounds during COVID. I think I was stress eating a lot. And once I started stress eating, I couldn't stop. And so basically, like, as soon as I would get into like these cravings, and I'd crave and I crave. And once you start giving into those, it's impossible to stop. I feel like I've completely regained control on those like really bad eating habits and cravings and everything. Do I want stuff? Do I want some sweets? Do I want apple pie and whatnot? Yeah, I mean, I'm human. I'm gonna want some of these things. Especially when I'm tired or when I'm really hungry. I do crave. But my cravings are much more manageable, and I'm actually able to say no to my cravings, which is huge. So overall, I would say the Whole30 was a huge success. Do I think I can just go back to eating how I was before and be totally fine? Absolutely not. I need to stick with this for a bit longer. I plan on sticking with this through Thanksgiving or until Thanksgiving, because I am not limiting myself on Thanksgiving. That's just not realistic. So I will eat regular Thanksgiving dinner, and then I'll probably go back to it right after. So until Hunter, you trying to bomb the camera there? Until I do some Christmas cookies, I'm sure I'm gonna eat some Christmas cookies, but to be able to say I can eat 1 or 2 Christmas cookies versus every single one I want to make, that's much better, that's much healthier, and so I'm really gaining back control on cravings and my eating, and I feel just amazing. Like I said, I only lost 6 pounds, not a huge loss. I'm hoping to lose the other 4 before Thanksgiving. I did start running. I had started running at one point and then stopped again. Now that we have daylight savings and we have a little bit more time in the morning, I wake up the same time I did before, but obviously it's really an hour earlier. So instead of waking up at like 6 something, I'm waking up at 5 something. And so that's giving me the ability to get up and run, and hopefully that will help. But let me tell you, my gut feels amazing. Oh my goodness. Before the Whole30, I was bloated constantly having GI issues, GI pain. I looked like I was pregnant, and I was just really honestly waiting for someone to be like, hey, what do you do? And I'm not pregnant, so that was really embarrassing. But I have not really had the bloating unless I eat a vegetable that's really gassy. Obviously, I'm gonna have some bloating, that's natural. But overall, I really haven't been bloated. I just feel way better. I have way more energy. I can keep up with housework a little more. I can keep up with playing with the kids more. I'm not so tired at work where I'm like I was like almost falling asleep while I was driving. Like I was so tired while I was driving that it was like I had to force myself to stay awake. Overall, I think the healthy eating definitely made a huge difference. The kombucha drinking also made a really big difference because that's just adding to my gut health, and gives you energy and helps fight cravings. So I think all the changes I made helped. I also sleep better. Now that I've been doing the Whole30, I've been actually sleeping a lot better, except for when my daughter comes in my bed at night.
I do.
Yeah, you're naughty. So overall, I mean, like I just said, I feel great.
That's why I'm a bunny.
It also gave me motivation to grow more of our own food, because when you have to look at things, when you look at jars and you look at what is in your food, you know, what's in meats, what's in canned veggies, and so many canned sauces and tomatoes and so many other things. There's so many things that have sugar or soy, and soy, I would say probably 95%, I could be wrong on the amount, but I'd say about 95% of soy that we consume that's added to our products is GMO, because the big farms are growing GMO soy because then they can get large yields. And so I don't want to be putting GMO into my body all the time. I want to grow more of our food and process it here on the farm, process our meat. I don't want to be buying any meat soon from the grocery store. Next year we're not going to buy any chicken from the grocery store. I'm hoping we don't have to at all this year even. I'm hoping we can get our chickens in the spring early enough that we don't have to. We can raise them out and not have to buy any chicken. We may have to, because we only processed 33 chickens and we kept 30 of them. And we eat quite a bit of chicken. We've already gone through quite a few. So we probably will have to buy some, but after that...
Meat chicken.
Yeah. After that, I don't want to buy meat from the grocery store. We are going to get, next fall, I think it is, we are going to probably buy a quarter of a cow from our neighbor, because they are raising beef, and they are raising it in a very healthy way, and so I don't want to buy beef from the grocery store. I don't want to buy red meat in general. I'm hoping my husband does get a deer at some point, and hopefully get some turkey in the spring. So all these things are just going to help with what we consume and the health of our food. I think your health definitely takes a toll when you're eating foods that are not healthy. And I'm not saying just like junk food. I'm saying foods that have been processed and have things like soy in them. That's not natural. So guys, I highly recommend doing the Whole30. I highly recommend having a big garden so you can grow a lot of your own food, so that you don't have to purchase all these processed foods at the grocery store. Raise your own meat so that you don't have to buy meat at the grocery store that has sugar in it, and that has sodium in it, and that has all this stuff that you don't need in your food. So I'm so excited. I made it to day 30. Like I said, I'm not stopping. I'm just going to keep going on it until Thanksgiving, and I feel awesome about it. Thank you guys for joining me today. Remember, we're growing today for better tomorrow. Like and subscribe, and join me on the next one.